Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode. Today is Thursday the 23rd of April 2020. It is St George's Day here in the UK and it is Prince Louis's birthday. Prince Louis of Cambridge turns 2 today. Can you believe it has been 2 whole years since he was born and presented to the world by William and Catherine as they stepped outside the Lindo wing, presenting Prince Louis to the world. Time has flown. And of course, the royal family have marked his birthday with a set of fabulous new photos. In traditional fashion for the Cambridges, they were taken by the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine herself. It was around 10 p.m. last night, just as I was getting into bed, when I first got a glimpse of these photographs. A lot of the newspapers were putting out online what was going to be their cover of their paper. So we got a glimpse of Prince Louis's birthday celebration photograph before the embargo was lifted. But Kensington Palace around 10:30 did share a message sharing a sneak peek of Prince Louis's handiwork ahead of his 2nd birthday. We are pleased to share images ahead of Prince Louis's 2nd birthday tomorrow, taken by the Duchess this April. So obviously that confirmed that the photographs were indeed taken by the Duchess of Cambridge. They show Prince Louis looking adorable and cute with rainbow print hands. In the UK, the rainbow has become a symbol to support the NHS and National Health Service. People are painting and displaying rainbows in their windows. It's a really, really lovely gesture on behalf of the Cambridges and of course Prince Louis. Then this morning we got a really adorable and funny photograph, and it says Instagram versus reality. And yeah, if you've got kids or in my case animals, you know what it takes to get that Instagram perfect photograph and then the reality. So the Instagram perfect photograph was of course Prince Louis with his lovely rainbow hands looking delightful and cute. The reality of course was the smeared face, the mess. Now cast your mind back to Prince Charles's office, and we saw when we were trying to work out what all the photographs were in the background, many of us correctly identified that there was a photograph of Prince Charles with Prince Louis, and of course Prince Charles is holding Prince Louis. Clarence House today released this tweet: "A very happy birthday to Prince Louis, who turns 2 today. A young prince enjoys a hug from his grandfather, the Prince of Wales." So it was indeed that photograph that we saw from Prince Charles's personal collection. He has chosen to release that to mark Prince Louis's birthday, and I think at a time in the world where many of us are missing hugs from our loved ones, and in particular I think grandchildren and their grandparents. I think it just goes to show how much Prince Charles is exactly the same as everyone else, how much his grandchildren are exactly the same as any other grandchildren out there around the world. We are all missing hugs. But as the Queen said in her message, we'll meet again. Her Majesty the Queen, via the media of the Royal Family Twitter account, shared a post saying, "Happy birthday to Prince Louis. His Royal Highness is the Queen's 7th great-grandchild. Today he turns 2. The photos below were taken by the Duchess of Cambridge earlier this month, and of course the Royal Family Twitter account shared Prince Charles's photograph as well. Entered into the court circular 2 years ago today were the following words: "The Duchess of Cambridge was safely delivered of a son at 11:01 a.m. today. Her Royal Highness and her child are both doing well. Signed, Guy Thorpe Beeston, Alan Farthing, Sunit Godham and Hugh Thomas." I take this opportunity for myself and on behalf of all of the Royal Reviewer viewers to say happy birthday, Prince Louis. Yesterday, on the 22nd of April, it was Earth Day, and Clarence House tweeted, "The Prince of Wales has released a message to mark Earth Day. His Royal Highness has championed environmental issues for over 50 years, since the very first Earth Day. The Prince now encourages you to share your sustainability ideas for the next 50 years. Hashtag Reimagine Reset." I'm now going to read Prince Charles's full message. "As we reflect on the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, I have long believed that people often will not act unless there is a crisis. The challenge I have found with climate change and biodiversity loss is that the danger often feels all too distant. The coronavirus, by contrast, has shown us the true nature of a global emergency, along with the drastic measures we must take and the urgency with which we must act. It has also shown us that it is indeed possible to find and scale up global solutions when we agree on a higher common purpose. Despite the challenges, we are also seeing the very best of human spirit, ingenuity and collaboration as we reflect on what we value most. Equally, the slowdown of human and industrial activity has shown just how quickly the Earth can heal itself when we let it. We need only look to the improved air quality in some of the world's major cities and the return of wildlife to our communities and waterways. Air, water, soil and landscapes are vital to human health and well-being. Biodiversity, the incredible interconnectedness of plant, animal and insect life, which we are rapidly destroying, holds insights and solutions that we have yet to discover. Its protection and genuinely sustainable management is vital to our survival as a human species. It is therefore increasingly clear that when we care for our planet, we fundamentally care for ourselves. The parallels between the human and planetary condition in the coronavirus are quite clear. If we look at the planet as if we are a patient, we can see that our activities have been damaging her immune system, and she has been struggling to breathe and thrive due to the strain we have put on her vital organs. To treat her, we need to restore balance and put nature back at the centre of the circle. To achieve this, we must act for health and well-being, understand nature's patterns and cycles, recognise the value of diversity, unity and the interdependence of all living things, consider the importance of innovation and adaptation, and invest in nature-based solutions to help stimulate a more circular bioeconomy that gives back to nature as much as we take from her. I can only hope that as this current crisis passes, we are able to reflect on and shape the type of world we want for ourselves and for future generations. As we move from rescue to recovery, we have a unique window of opportunity to learn lessons and position ourselves on a more sustainable path. Rarely do we have the opportunity to pause, reflect and reset our trajectory. I would encourage us all to reimagine the world we want and use all the levers we have at our disposal, knowing that each and every one of us has a vital role to play. For 50 years since the very first Earth Day, I have dedicated a large part of my life to championing more balanced, sustainable approaches, whether in farming, forestry, fisheries, urban planning, or corporate social responsibility. But as we look to shape the next 50 years, I very much need your help to reflect and inspire the world to action. While aiming for a green recovery, I would ask you to join me by sharing your vision for a more sustainable future, socially, environmentally and economically, using the hashtag #ReimagineReset. Together, I am confident that we can use this crisis to reset our course to putting people and planet first. The Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, has also given a recent interview to Country Life magazine for this month's issue. Clarence House tweeted, "In this week's edition of Country Life magazine, the Prince of Wales has written a special message highlighting the crucial role of Britain's farmers in keeping the country fed amidst the coronavirus pandemic." As part of his message, the Prince said, "In this country there are 80,000 farmers producing our food. Day in and day out they are working to produce food for us, and we owe them an enormous debt of gratitude." And of course you can read the Prince's interview in full in this month's edition of Country Life magazine, available from today. As Vice Patron of the Royal Commonwealth Society, the Duchess of Cornwall has penned an encouraging message to young people taking part in the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition 2020, expressing how she looks forward to seeing some of the entrants at the awards ceremony later in the year. Camilla's message was sent from Birk Hall in Scotland and was dated the 7th of April 2020. It reads, "As Vice Patron of the Royal Commonwealth Society, I would like to encourage all aspiring young writers who may be stuck at home during this difficult and challenging time to put on your thinking caps, put pen to paper and enter the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition 2020. Creative writing is a wonderful way to express your thoughts, ideas and opinions, and this competition can elevate those to a global platform. The theme for this year is Climate Action and the Commonwealth, exploring the power of young people in calling for change and celebrating the environment around them. Entries will be accepted online until the 30th of June, and I look forward to seeing some of you at the Buckingham Palace Awards ceremony later in the year. Signed, Camilla." Carrying on the recent tradition of Thankful Thursday, the royal family shared the following tweet. Every Thursday, we want to thank and celebrate the essential public service workers keeping our nation going. This #Thankful Thursday, let's recognise all those working in public safety and national security. A huge thank you to the police who are keeping us safe during the outbreak and supporting communities across the UK, including officers from MPS Kingston who have been carrying out home visits to vulnerable residents. On the 13th of July 2007, the Queen, accompanied by the Duke of Edinburgh, opened New Scotland Yard. As the public spend more time online to keep in touch with friends, family and work colleagues, the National Cyber Security Centre are working to protect the UK from online threats. Here we see photographs of the Queen, accompanied by the Duke of Edinburgh, who opened the NCSC on the 14th of February 2017. Thank you to all the fire services responding to incidents across the UK and for helping to deliver PPE to the NHS, training to drive ambulances to help support medics and delivering prescriptions. British Army personnel are supporting the NHS in the fight against coronavirus by producing PPE for healthcare workers using innovative 3D printers. They have risen to the challenge by making 39,000 face shields in the last month. 22 Engineer Regiment belongs to the Royal Corps of Engineers, who have the Queen as their Colonel-in-Chief. Her Majesty visited in 2016 to celebrate their 300th anniversary. During the Silver Jubilee year, the Queen visited the London Fire Brigade's headquarters on the 9th of June 1977, before opening the new headquarters 30 years later in 2008. On April the 22nd, the royal family tweeted, "The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester have sent a message of support to Gloucester City, paying tribute to their key workers and volunteers." In the letter, the Duke and Duchess express their gratitude to key workers and say it is heartening to see the volunteer network expanding to help those in need. Here is the message in full. The coronavirus outbreak is testing the resilience of every community. We send our thanks to the key workers of the City of Gloucester who are doing their utmost to support those in need. It is also heartening to see that the volunteer network has been able to expand as necessary to help and care for the vulnerable and the isolated. Gloucester has flourished for many centuries and will continue to do so for many to come. Today, when its historic centre lies near deserted, we look forward to the time when it will be busy again, bringing pleasure to both residents and visitors alike. The restrictions that have been put in place will encourage us to strive to revive the life and livelihood of the city as soon as possible, with businesses both great and small getting back to doing what they do best, to keep the city working. The Duchess and I send our warmest good wishes to the City of Gloucester, whose name we so proudly share. The Mayor of Gloucester said, "It's wonderful to receive such a warm and heartfelt letter from the Gloucesters. Their Royal Highnesses have always been incredibly supportive of our wonderful city, and we look forward to welcoming them to Gloucester when the time is right." A royal communications was issued on Wednesday the 22nd of April 2020 and is a media advisory for royal events in June. For practical reasons in the current circumstances, all investitures due to be held at Buckingham Palace in June have been postponed. The annual Garter service at Windsor Castle has been cancelled. Events of this nature often involve considerable planning for attendees. Mindful of the current government advice, we have taken the decision to eliminate any uncertainty for guests due to attend. To support Dyslexia Awareness Week, Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice took some time to chat. Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice was identified as having dyslexia at the age of 7 and received specialist help and support from the Helen Arkle Centre throughout her secondary education. Her Royal Highness went on to pass 8 GCSEs, 3 A-levels and graduated with a 2-1 in History and the History of Ideas from Goldsmiths College, London. Princess Beatrice allowed details of her literacy problems to be made public to highlight the difficulties faced by dyslexics. She became the Helen Arkle Dyslexia Charity Royal Patron in 2013. To support Dyslexia Awareness Week in 2016, Her Royal Highness gave some time to chat, and in this rare interview we find out how Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice feels about having dyslexia and what advice she would give in light of what she learnt along the way. Helen Arkle Dyslexia Charity have now made this interview available on YouTube. I will link to it in the description box below. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So from me in Shropshire, goodbye.